What's it feel like, Jason, to be back, and what's it going to feel like maybe Friday, even though it's the preseason, and you'll be wearing that uniform again?
Man, I feel good. I feel good. Just truthfully, I'm an East Coast baby, born and raised Hartford. So man, I'm home. I'm home.
We know that not everything's in your power when you're a free agent. But any regrets about leaving in the first place?
I mean, I couldn't control that too much, you know. But man, everybody got their own journey. Everybody got their own journey.
What are your early impressions of the rookie Malachi Fields?
Oh man, ball skills. Like if I had to say like one glaring thing, is ball skills. Like he caught a dagger, like a dig, over the middle early, and this was OTAs, and it was like he was just like levitating. I was kind of just waiting for him to come down. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, brother, he's freak athlete.
And what's it like going up against Odell in practice, Odell Beckham Jr.?
I had to confess to him in the locker room. It was 2016, 2017. I had him as my screensaver in high school. He was like, "Don't tell me that, that'll make me feel a little old." But nah, it's crazy, you know. I'm kind of like idol turn rival, but
How's he look to you?
good. You know, like he lost a step to me from what I was watching when I was in high school. So.
What we've seen you get some first team reps. When you signed back here, what did they tell you about? You were obviously a starter here for years.
Yeah.
What did they tell you about the opportunity? Would you get a chance to win that job back or be a backup? What did they tell you, and how have you gone about it?
Honestly, not too much. Like I just day by day. Opportunity arrives, I just rose to the occasion. Every time you throw me in there, I'm a ball. Make sure this is a new regime, so. Doesn't matter that I'm 22 to 24. This is about 26. So.
Is it odd at all that the guy you helped mentoring is now the guy you're competing with in Tyler Neven? Is that just a cycle?
And he stole my jersey number?
Yeah.
That's my brother, man.
We're all trying to figure out, who's 25?
Yeah, that's my brother, man. Like, call away. I'm at his baby shower. He at my baby shower. He's gonna be at my wedding. Like, that's my guy. That's my guy. So. Man, it's just what come with the sport. You know, we on each other. We probably each other's biggest competitor, and we on each other's ass, bro. Like it's what it is. It's what's come with the nation.
You getting married soon?
I am.
Have anybody picked out?
Huh? You say I got what?
You got a girl picked out? No.
Oh man, don't do that. She gonna kill me. I love my baby.
When is the wedding?
2/27. So February 27th.
Great, congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
What have you seen from the secondary as a whole? A lot of mixing and matching parts. The corners too, not just you, Nubin and Ardarius. How do you get settled there with all the interchangeable parts?
Yeah, I was in a pretty heavy, like depth-wise, what I thought last year in San Fran. This is a lot of just full of starters. Like it's gonna be tough, you know. It's gonna be however the cards is dealt. You know, best man win type of thing. You got so many packages you could play with. I played in this defense before. It's like Wink, 22, 23. So I'm very familiar with it. Kind of the same cards. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
What is the similarities between this and Wink? Is it like it's not trap and reverse the same though, right? There's some differences.
Front wise, I guess, and a little bit tighter back end. Wink was a bit more pressure. Based, but he's all around. But just the looks, everything. I don't want to go too much in detail, but very similar. All was in Baltimore.
Do you feel like that'll put you guys more around the ball to turn the ball over?
Yeah, I think so. Just a more attack from what I experienced at 22, 23, and then going to Bowen in 24. So for sure, definitely attack style defense.
That wedding, I'm assuming you booked it for the end of February, just in case?
Oh, yeah, what? What you thought it was, February 7th? Nah, February 27th. I'm at the end, yeah. Got to make room.
Jason, we see a lot of balls batted by the front seven. Have you noticed that, and what could that do for the back end in terms of turnovers?
Yeah, you know what's going to happen. You know, we're going to get a couple. It only take 2 to 3 a year or 1 a game. That'll shift the whole game. So hands up, match the hands, give us a chance.
The last time you were here, Deontay Banks had a really rough season. Mm-hmm. What do you see from the Deontay Banks you're playing with 1 year later in terms of maybe he needed a fresh start as much as anybody?
Yeah. I would say the focus, a little bit more attention to detail on how to study. I think, and I was trying to, guide him as much, different room, but still give him guidance because that's where I was drafted as a corner. And then for me, it was a bit more glaring too coming back because I had a year off. The Drew Phillips and the Tyler Nubens, they were here, so they saw the progression, you know, gradually. But just sharper, man. Sharper, take the game more serious.
How difficult is that transition going from corner to safety, and how you see the field from those perspectives?
Yeah, man, I got to shout out my guy, Marquand Emmanuel, Coach Tim over there at the Jets. And we had 2 season injuries, Marcus May, LaMarcus Joyner, and I switched out in London, man. So it was a lot going on. It's a lot going on, but man, hours and hours just slowing the game down. You know, I was a corner. It was all feed, and I'm here, and just able to slow it down and go from eye progression to, you know what I mean? So it just made my game much faster, bro. But shout out him, and shout out when I came here on waiver, man, just Rome, Henderson, Mike Trier, you know, all those guys. Wink, giving me a shot, man, able to show that I could play in this league at, honestly, wherever. I'm a DB. That's what I say.
What have you thought of Arvell and Colton, just the 2 rookies on this defense?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll start with Arvell. Yeah, I mean, he a freak, man. I don't know. Y'all was in that back corner. You caught that one here yesterday? Yeah, so there you go. So that'll answer that. That's a big middle. Bro. Tremaine and him, that's good luck. And you talk about tips just from D-line, like, we're going to get a couple just off that. And then Hood, man, just a competitor and smart. He kind of reminded me, like I was a real, like, I diagnosed a lot even though I was a corner, so that was kind of why the transition was a little bit easier. He's smart. So it's going to help him in this league.
What's it going to feel like for you? Have you thought yet about what it's going to feel like for you to be on the field again in a game on Saturday? I know it's preseason, but after all the long road?
Yeah, I have thought about it, and, you know, I'm excited. I'm excited to be back out there. I was thinking about it recently. It's almost a year since, you know, that happened, definitely over 11 months. So, yeah, I'm excited, you know, feeling good, feeling ready to go play.
Are you an emotional guy? Will you get, like, choked up a little bit at all, or will you just feel like ready to run through a wall?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be emotional. I think it'll be, yeah, the second one.
How do you feel like camp is going for you?
Feel good. You know, like I said, you know, foot feels good, moving around out there, feel healthy. You know, just getting a hold of the defense and, you know, kind of learning just all the nuance to it, trying to learn all the positions and just understand it holistically so I can play fast, but feeling good out there.
Why'd you come back, Mikey? Like, obviously you're going to have to fight for playing time here. You didn't know they were going to draft Arvell Reese, obviously, but what made you want to come back here versus maybe go somewhere else and maybe have a clearer path to the top of the depth chart?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I like the situation. I like the coaching staff they brought in, you know, and on the defensive side of the ball as well. I like D. Will, I like Frank Bush, and the system. You know, I've played in something similar before, but I like the system, and you know, I'm excited to be a part. I think they got a great, you know, like I said, they got a great staff here, and the culture that they brought in is something that I want to be a part of.
So to that end, when they drafted Arvell and you realized depth chart might be second team instead of where you were before, what was your reaction?
You know, I think at this point it's just, you know, control the controllables, and, you know, with that, be ready when the opportunity is called, but, you know, first and foremost, embrace my role, and, you know, whatever that may be, you know, go out and do my part to help the team.
You're playing alongside Jack Kelly a lot.
He's looking good, yeah, and, you know, like Arvell, I think both the rookies are, you know, some of the best rookies I've seen as far as picking up the defense and playing fast, and, you know, really not a whole lot of mistakes out there.
You saw Malik make the catch yesterday. You saw the highlights online.
I don't know if I did. No. Yeah. But he's been looking good. I've seen some of the stuff and just, you know, some of the videos of him making cuts, and yeah, it's good to see him, you know, far along. And I think, you know, we both were kind of going through that rehab process during the same time, and definitely the early phases of it together. But you know, it's good to see how far he's came.
Have you been able to help out Arvell with some understanding the run fits? And you've lived behind line of scrimmage, 25 tackles lost in 3 years. Have you been able to try to really help him diagnose run fits and play the inside run game?
Yeah, you know, we talk. I think, you know, we have a really good room, and, you know, our standard is going to be the best, you know, inside group in the league, and, you know, that's something we're looking forward to putting on tape. But, you know, I don't think Arvell needs too much help. He's a smart dude, and he knows how to play the game. But you know, if there ever is kind of something different about the position that comes up. It comes up for both of us, just kind of talking it out and repping through it. I think, but yeah, he's done a great job.
Why are there so many batted passes in this camp, Michael? Like, is it something they're enforcing, like about getting your arms up, or something with the quarterbacks? Like, I think there are 5 today, and it seems like there's a lot every day where the balls are just either knocked down or tipped up.
Yeah, I mean, it's an emphasis, and with the type of pressures we're bringing, a guy might transition from rushing to being blocked, and then once that happens, it's an emphasis in our meeting room that now you're a pass defender as well, and if the ball's looking your way, get your hand up and be ready to knock it down. So, but I think with that, I've heard, I think Shelby's talked about, he's has had some of the most batted passes in the league for a number of years, and I think it's just an emphasis on the front as well. I think they talk about it a lot. So. He's awesome. Yeah, I mean, he communicates thoroughly, and the meetings are intentional. He's direct as well. He'll tell you what he thinks about you and how you're playing, and I think we need that within our room. It kind of permeates. But yeah, I like the scheme. I like the way he calls it, especially as linebackers. I think he lets us play free and fast, and I think we're excited to go put it on film.
Pinnock said it's a lot like Weeks. Do you think it's a lot like Weeks, or how's it similar? How's it different?
Yeah, I think it's similar. It comes from the same tree. A lot of the terminology, the verbiage is the same. Yeah, I think the way they call it might be a little different, and that's just kind of personality. But yeah, it's pretty similar.
How is Tremaine kind of taking charge of that locker room? I mean, for the position. I mean, I heard guys say he's a natural leader. He's coming in right away. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, I agree. He is a natural leader. He's been doing it a long time, and he's still young, but he's year 9, and been on 3 different teams, seen a lot of different locker rooms. He's had a lot of experience at the position and just in the league as well. So, he brings a lot to the table, and not just athletically, but off the field and that leadership quality as well. So, it's been good to see, and I think guys feed off of it.
What do you think of the camaraderie of this group this year?
I mean, holistically, I think it starts top down, and Harbaugh has kind of set the culture from his first day in the building. But I like the way dudes are hanging out, and I think going from Greenbrier back to the situation we're in now, I think guys are they just want to be around each other, and I think that's been something here in the past, but even more so now, especially with all the new guys who have been added to the squad. It's that's kind of been the theme.
What's the number one team component to fixing that run defense from last year? If you have to pick one.
I think it's obviously it starts up front. It starts with the front 7. But I think details, and then playing fast and not thinking about it too much. I think at the end of the day, it's like if you're physical and you play fast, I think that that helps everybody around you. And then the guy can make a decision because you're playing fast. I think that helps. So. Obviously we want to be correct, but at the end of the day, if you're fast and physical, I think that kind of makes everything right.